Welcome to today's episode. I have a great lineup for you today that I think is going to be great for all your grilling all summer long, but especially for I think maybe the 4th of July. And I'm excited about sharing these two wines with you. I'd never heard about these wines, but I was in my local grocery store and I ran into my one of the wine reps I know, and he's alerted me to some great Italian wines that his company carries. And he said, Trent, we just got this wine in. I think you're gonna like it. And I was like, okay, what is it? And here they are. Most wild labels I think I've ever seen, and they're so cool. Let me show them to you. So I bought both of the ones that are available in my local area. And it's called Tooth and Nail, and I have two wines. So this one is the Tooth and Nail from Paso Robles, California, and this is their red blend. So it's mostly Cabernet, and it has some Merlot, and it has some Petite Sirah. Wow, is it incredible. I did already open this one. I drank it, so I won't be able to do it live for you, but I did save some so I could, taste it with you again. And I had it with grilled lamb kabobs, and oh, it was so delicious. And I did that. You're probably wondering, well, why did you pick lamb, Trent? Well, I knew it had Petite Sirah on it, one of my favorite grapes, actually. And I thought the nice softness of the Merlot and the Cab, and I had tasted the wine, so I thought, yeah, it's going to work pretty well. And it does. Grilled foods, I think, in general, go really well with the Paso Reds. They just sort of crave it. These wines, I had a pretty good idea. It was from Paso, and Paso tends to be wines, especially the red wines. You probably hear people say, oh, that's very fruit forward or jammy. And it's true, and not like it's so sweet and like a jam, but if you think of jam as cooked fruit versus say like a fresh peach, or these blueberries and boysenberries. So imagine fresh blueberries and boysenberries versus cooked ones in a pie or something like that. So it's got that concentrated, thick feeling of the fruit, and it's very concentrated. So I like those. I appreciate them. I don't always gravitate to them. Sometimes the alcohol can be kind of high on those. These are both over 14.5. So if you care about that sort of stuff, that's what they are. So I do love the wines from Paso. They're really nice, and these labels are they blew me away. So this is the red wine blend. Let me just taste it again, and it's just an excuse to drink some wine. So the red blend. And I'll tell you a little bit about these wild labels in just a second. So again, had it with grilled lamb chops. I think you could have it with lots of grilled things. Maybe grilled chicken if you had maybe barbecue sauce on it or something like that. Wow, rich, robust black cherry, I think, in this one. Maybe some blackberries. The tannin is soft on both of the, well, I don't know about this one, but on this one the tannin was soft. So if someone's a little, if it's too dry, they won't have that problem with Paso Reds in general, really. Still good, and I opened that 2 nights ago. It's still just delicious. So Tooth and Nail, they got that name because they really had to struggle to find an expression of what they were trying to do in the area. So the owners knew they wanted wine in Paso, and they wanted to make wines that really express that area. And I think they did. I've had, over the years, many wines from Paso Robles, and they've got it. And this is their very special line. It has characters, and I'll show you blow-ups of those in a second. They have characters on it of some people that they're very fond of, and they sort of turn them into characters of that had survived in the future. So they're survivalists, and it's really cool. This next one I'm going to show you, which is their Cab, has augmented reality on the label. So you'll be able to you download the app, and I'm going to give you the instructions on how to do that. So you download the app, and you can play it back, and it's really cool. I don't want to give anything away. I want you to experience on your own. But yes, there's augmented reality on their label. It's pretty cool, actually. And even the music to it was done by a local artist. So it's great. Well, now the second wine. This is a 2020 Cab, and I forgot to tell you this was a 2019. So 2020, and this is 100% Cab. And it's just, look at that label. Oh, it's just really cool. So I'm dying to try this one. I'm going to serve this one with grilled tri-tip. So I love that Santa Maria style tri-tip. I'm going to make my own homemade mac and cheese, which everyone seems to love. I call it locally world famous mac and cheese because people really love it. Let's give it a try. Take it out. There we go. What a beautiful sound, huh? Okay, so here we go. Now I bet you this one's going to be dark. And it is. And it is going to be full-bodied. And it is going to taste like concentrated, probably maybe some dark plum due to the cab, and some dark cherry. Oh gosh. I'm going black cherry on that one. Just a little hint of some tobacco right there, and maybe just a little dusty cocoa, something in the background. Again, Paso, those of you who aren't familiar with Paso Robles, it gets very hot there, hot and dry. So these grapes, that's why I was telling you the difference between fresh fruit and fruit that has that kind of cooked quality, stewed quality, not in a bad way, right? So it gets so hot that these wines are quite concentrated. And make concentrated wine. So it's not going to be too lean, not usually too dry or too tannic. And the winemaker did a really nice job, I'm sure, as I tasted, of kind of controlling that and getting it all in balance. Here we go. First sip of Tooth and Nail 2020 Cabernet. Okay, interesting. A little lighter in body than the red. I think that's probably to be expected, since this isn't a blend. Nice, not too stewed fruit-like. Sometimes I lean away from that, right? I appreciate it, but I don't always drink that style. So this is nice. I think it's going to be great with my tri-tip. Oh man, I can't wait. And it'll be, I think it has enough of the tannin and acidity to get right through my very non-healthy mac and cheese, full of butter and cheese. Not heart friendly, but sure is good. Just delicious. Wow. So there we are. We have two wines from a winery I've never tried before, Tooth and Nail in Paso Robles. Both wines retail for about $25. I actually paid a little less to it at my local Safeway. In the description, of course, I'll do it for the augmented reality so you could see. I believe her name is Tinsel. You could see what happens when you do the augmented reality on the label and it comes to life. It's pretty cool. And in there, you should be able to do a nice search on where you can get it. Now, actually, the winery has a really nice library. It has a way that you can become a member, and you get, I think, 15% discount on your first order. So, it may not be a bad idea to get the wines from there. I don't usually recommend that because you usually have to pay, more than you would in retail, but it might work out all right with Tooth and Nail's website. So please check it out. And another thing to remember about the wines from Paso, I find a lot of people like the wines from Paso, the white wines, the Chardonnays from there, and the reds, especially for people who are still getting into wine and they like that sort of fruit-forward jamminess in red that aren't too dry, not too acidic, things like that. So I think if you're having a party, July 4th party, and you have these wines and with these labels, I mean, they're going to be a conversation piece. Everyone is going to gather around them and try to augmented reality. And right now, it's only on the cab for the augmented reality. But I think it'd make a great thing to have at your party. I really do. So, wow! I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. I hope you have a wonderful summer. Lots of grilling. Enjoy these wines. They're they're domestic and they're from California, my home state. And I just really can't say enough about the wines from California. They're really delicious wines. And there you have it. Two great wines from Paso Robles from a fairly new winery, Tooth and Nail. Wow. Check them out. Well, until next time, everyone. Cheers.